I had just finished my shower when I was shocked to discover that my husband had secretly taken off his underwear, removed his belt, and tied it into a loop. Like a monkey, he climbed up a coconut tree. I was very curious about what he was doing, so I followed the mountain path to find him. However, when I arrived, I heard my husband reminiscing about an affair with another woman. I wanted nothing more than to kick the coconut tree and shake him down to his death. But on second thought, I decided to see how my husband would react first. So I did. Seryoja! His face changed color, and he hurriedly hid his phone, turning to look down at the base of the tree. Seeing me with a smile on my face, he thought his secret was still safe, and made an excuse that he was picking coconuts. Hearing such a dismissive answer, not only was I not angry, but I nodded with certainty, wanting to see how he would perform next. That evening, I looked at his locked phone, then at the speedboat not far away, and instantly had a malicious idea. When he woke up the next day, I told him the speedboat had been washed away by the waves overnight, and his phone hadn't been spared either. Though he was somewhat suspicious, he didn't directly call me out. He just sat quietly on the beach, pretending to watch the scenery. Seeing he was a bit unhappy, I said I would go pick some fruit for him. But after entering the woods, I walked straight toward a rocky cave. The yacht and phone weren't lost at all. This was all part of my plan. The goal was to trap him forever on this deserted island, so he could never leave me again. But what I didn't know was that, at that very moment, he was watching all of this from nearby. Soon it was evening, and we were leisurely drinking red wine on the beach. The most classic scene of this drama was about to unfold.
Вот за это и выпьем.
It was then that he suddenly noticed the speedboat key was hanging around my neck. But he still turned his head without showing any emotion and made a ruthless decision. The next morning, while I was still fast asleep, he quietly sat up. Unfortunately, this still woke me up. Seeing this, he quickly explained that he needed to use the bathroom. I felt something was off. Sure enough, when I touched my chest, the key was gone. I got up to chase him, but my feet had already been tied with vines. While I was untying the vines, he quickly headed toward the speedboat. By the time I reached the area, he had already gotten the boat to the water's edge. He was about to abandon me and leave alone, but I had no intention of stopping him. Instead, I turned around and went back to camp to take all the tools. I had actually sabotaged the speedboat long ago. As the speedboat went farther and farther, the rope tied to the rocks became tighter and tighter. Soon it reached its limit. The next second, luckily, he wasn't killed by the speedboat debris and narrowly escaped with his life. But unfortunately, in the time it took him to crawl back to shore, I had already used branches and vines to make a simple bow and arrow, preparing to take complete revenge on my despicable husband.